So I wanted to talk today about a topic very near and dear to my heart, and I know a topic very near and dear to a lot of my followers out there. And that's the question that a lot of us fight with every single day. Why does customer service stink? Why do so many organizations get it wrong? Why do they make that phone call such a painful experience when it's such an opportunity to do something awesome for your company? In all the years of doing this, we've come up with 7 key issues, problems, the same types of things that organizations are doing. I just wanted to briefly go over them today, these 7. So number 1, a lot of the times it's who's running the actual call center, right? Is it the finance people? Because if it's the finance people, those guys are looking at your head count, cost per call, maybe service level, average handle time, what is your cost per position, those types of things. Very monetary, making you stick to specific budgets, all very important stuff. But when that's your overwhelming theme in your culture in your call center, obviously the customer experience comes second. On the flip side, maybe it's your marketing people, right? So the marketing guys, they want sales. They want, they're changing the script all the time, right? They're looking at how can we make this better, which is great. But a lot of the times there's no fluid process with that. The cross-sells, the upsells, those types of things are placed in the wrong areas of phone calls or in the customer journey. So we see that a lot as well. Number 2, the education of the associates. This is a huge piece of it and something that we find lacking all the time. So many organizations are so caught up in where to go in the screen or in their CRM or what to click or where to send the customer that they forget that there's a person on the line, right? They forget that they need to be empathetic, that they need to engage with that person, that they have an opportunity to make that person an evangelist for their brand. And how do they do that? A lot of companies don't. Number 3, no fluid processes. We see this in a lot of larger organizations, right? IVR paths that go on and on and on. When the call comes to an associate, there's issues with first call resolution. Maybe the call needs to be transferred. All those things really degrade the customer experience. Number 4, wrong metrics. A lot of people are still caught up in the old school metrics, service level, average handle time, even CSAT to a certain extent. Now, those are all, we believe, symptoms of problems, right? So if there's an issue with something, we look at those metrics to see maybe if some of that can help. But the overwhelming theme, the overwhelming metric that needs to be used is everyone needs to embrace a net promoter process. And I'm not saying the total program, but a process where you are measuring how well your customers are being treated and how well your customers really want to go out and talk about your brand. Number 5, the dependence on self-service models only. And I would even take that further, is to say the dependence on specific channels that you're telling your customer to contact you in on. And we're in a full omni-channel world where there is cell phones, there is apps, there is chatbots, there is email, there's inbound voice. All these things need to be embraced, and it can be done extremely cost effectively with the technology of today. Number 6 is very important. And I think after education, it's probably the second most important. It's poor call center culture. Does your call center, is it boring? Do your guys really hate being there? Do you have high turnover? Do you have people that want to leave early all the time? Is it fun? A lot of those things play into it. If you cannot really handle and have fun and have a really cool environment where your reps can have fun, how are they supposed to relate that to your customers? So that's important. And then to tie into it is number 7, which we see a lot too, and that's poor contact center management. So many of these, organizations, maybe it's your organization, when you lose a call center supervisor, what's the first thing you do? It's great to hire from within. You promote somebody from the floor, but just because you were a great call center associate doesn't mean you're a good leader. There needs to be a full management trainee program. There needs to be leadership training. You go ahead and take a look at our blog. We have the outline of the Expedia management training program, which is a 6-month program that all our reps kind of go through. So those are just 7 things that we see a lot of organizations and what they do wrong. And these are the things that we do every day to try to help organizations totally enhance and overhaul their customer experience. So hope you found this helpful. I'd love to hear what you guys think.